Hello, everybody. Welcome back to ECC. My God, it has been a while since I have been here. I know that we've had a good start to the season, a very fun and interesting start to the season. We are finally back with a stream, and I'm joined here by Herbie.
Yes, very good to be here for a pair of Champions Division matchups tonight, and the first of them is Trinitas Esports Remix taking on Pepegas, and these two sides currently sit mid-table in the division, a fair way back behind Yepers and playing Aliens Nebula, the pace setters with the 3-0 records at the top of the division. So important fixture for both of these teams to try and get their seasons back on track. They're both 1-1 at the moment. Getting that extra win will launch you into a playoff position.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you said it there, they're both 1-1. They've only played 2 games. This will be the third game for the both of them. It will be an interesting game. It will be good to see how both teams play because, of course, we are still early doors in the season. If they do well here, then I think the winning team could go on and do pretty well for the rest of the season, potentially in those playoff places that we do love to see come the end of the season. It is 5th versus 7th. Places practically mean nothing at the start of the season. It's just about getting your motivation to play well and play better for the rest of the season. I'm trying to think of the word, but I can't think of it right now. But it's on the tip of my tongue. It's start as you mean to go on is basically what I'm trying to say. The both of these teams, they need to do well in this game, but it'll just be interesting to see who does come out on top.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of seeding, there is less than 10 MMR separating these two teams. It's essentially no difference at all. Sometimes you get gaps of up to 100 from the top to bottom seeds of a division, but these two are very close in ability on paper, so it's sure to be an exciting series. And Trinitas Esports Remix have been involved in 2 Game 5s to kick off their season. It's a big contrast to Pepegas, who have been involved in 2 sweeps. So one of those streaks is going to break at the very least. I'm hoping that it will be the latter, and we may well see a Game 5 out of this series between 2 teams that do need the victory.
Oh, yeah, you said it's going to be an interesting matchup. Let's hop right into it right now. I want to get straight into this one. I do want to see if we can get another Game 5 because, of course, we do love our content and we do love those closely contested matches. And we do have Benjamin Zacharias and, of course, Razor on this Pepegas side. Brilliant players, of course, we know that they're good, but Trinitas Remix, they will not be waiting, and they are underway here, making the way forward. It's Benjamin, though, taking the shot. Zacharias is trying to get another touch, but Swefley does make the save. They're on the counter now, playing it off onto that sidewall. Benjamin is there again, trying to get the counter, but he can't do it. Zacharias sending it forward, playing it down into the middle. Benjamin playing it back, but Zacharias isn't there. They're going to have to try and get a ball into the middle, and it is there, but where is their third man? He is not there to get the early chance and early shot.
And some long passing going on here in the first 30 seconds of this match. Just the 2 teams trying to feel each other out a little bit in the early exchanges. And this ball in from Mesa is looking quite dangerous. They get the demo in on Zacharias, but Benjamin is away down the right wing, trying to fake out the lone defender in Records. Keeps going along the corner. Looks for a pass into the centre, but that one is blocked aside. Now Zacharias off the backboard. Nice dunk there into the centre, but nobody can capitalise on that spilled ball in front. And it does remain 0-0 as we are a full minute into this game now. And I think I can say with some confidence already that this is looking like a low-scoring game overall.
Oh, and you say it's going to be a low-scoring game. I was about to say this may have been the longest match I've casted, where there hasn't been a goal in the opening minute. But Swefley playing it back into the middle in Breckles is getting that touch. Just over a minute gone, 1 minute and 5 seconds. But it is this Trinitas Remix side who find themselves 1-0 up.
Well, the second shot on target of the game is a goal, and they'll look to expand upon that advantage now as they launch a ball into the centre, but it's Zacharias with a powerful clearance, flicked up into the air where 2 players go up for this one. Mesa banks it off the ceiling, and Swefley tries to put it back into the danger area, but that is a ball that will be intercepted along the way. And ping-pong straight back by Swefley, looking for a quick chance. It's a weak clear by Zacharias, and Mesa will capitalise on that. 2-0 now to Trinitas Remix, and that is a giveaway that the Pepegas won't want to see again.
I was going to say there was some good formations being played there by by Pepegas, sorry. They were organised very well at the back, but the touch from Zacharias was just not good enough. It went straight back into the path of, was it Reckles or was it Mesa, sorry, that got the shot? It went straight back into the path of them, and it was practically an open net shooting, as they had all been ready to transition and go on the counter-attack and try and get the goal themselves. But instead, they find themselves 2-0 down, and it could be 3 here, but Benjamin does have something to say about that one. Mesa keeping the pressure on Zacharias. Does get a much better clearance, and he tries to get the ball over Mesa again, but Mesa is sticking with it. He's not letting it go away swiftly into the middle. Beautiful ball in, and Reckles is there to find the 3rd goal of the match.
Well, after a bit of a shaky start from both sides, it's Trinitas that have opened up the game with the more incisive finishing and passing. Pepegas just haven't gotten going yet in these first couple of minutes. They have a couple of shots on target, but no real sustained possession in the offensive zone. And anytime Trinitas get the ball at the moment, they look like they know exactly what to do with it. Pepegas could do with a goal in the next 30 seconds or so just to try and arrest the nerves, get yourselves on the board and restore some momentum, but it's not looking too likely at the moment because here's Mesa again. Hits the post on the far side. Huge chance to extend that lead to 4 goals, but denied by the woodwork. Now into the back right corner it goes, and here's a chance for Zacharias, but Mesa makes the save on that one. And that was the first real effort at goal for the Pepegas, but it was not meant to be.
How about that? That could have been the goal to get them back in the game, and they're not stopping here. They're trying to get this ball forward. Mesa again cutting it out. That could have been the goal to make it 3-1, and it was a brilliant save. I believe it was Mesa who made the save. He's been a really prominent player so far in this game, and he gets another shot, but Zacharias gets the better of it and makes a save. And this time, Trinitas still 3-0 up. The ball is just staying in the middle. It's not really going either way right now. We had 1 minute of practically nothing at the start of the game, and then we had another minute of full-on attack from Trinitas Esports. But this time, this final minute, or the recent minute that we have just had go by, it's just been end-to-end, 50-50 all over the pitch.
Well, with the lead that they've established at this stage of the game, Trinitas can afford to sit back a little bit and absorb some pressure. You start to learn what the other team is capable of offensively without really feeling the pressure of a tied game. And they might just experience some of that here as they are way down the left wing, but it's Reckles to clear into the centre. This one comes off the ceiling where Zacharias will have to meet it. Keeps going in the air, takes it underneath another defender, and there's some room opening up down the right because here's a shot hooked in from the wing, and that one's gone in off the defender. Unfortunate for Trinitas, but a lifeline for the Pepegas.
That is a lifeline, one that they needed. Benjamin comes off the post, but swiftly just a bit of miscommunication at the back there. Cost them a goal, but we're going to have to wait 1 minute and 20 seconds to find out if it will cost them dearly, because they still have that 2-goal cushion, and it doesn't look like they can. There's too many chances of them conceding, but there could be another one here. They do seem like the better team in this game, but that goal may have just knocked their confidence a tiny bit. I tell you what, Pepegas will be wanting more and more chances. They will be wanting to capitalise, but as I'm saying that, Trinitas Esports, Mesa finding another goal in this game. He's been a really good player so far. Finds, well, it was going to go in the middle of the net, but Pepegas defender said otherwise.
Yeah, deflected in off Razor there, and with 1 minute to go in this game one, it looks like Trinitas have it in the bag now after a brief interlude where the Pepegas suddenly had more momentum, but now it's normal service resumed for the team in blue. They might have a 5th here, but Reckles had the shot attempt blocked down at the source by Razor, who banks this ball off the wing. Benjamin was up for it, but Swiftly is equal to the challenge. That one will just float wide off the goal mouth. Benjamin in the back left corner has to leave it off for Razor, who's doing a great job to get their way all the way up to midfield there, but ultimately failing to turn it into a shot on target, as this Pepegas team, their rotation has broken down a little bit in the last couple of minutes or so, and I think they've accepted that this game one is not going their way now.
Yeah, it's really not going their way at all. It's still 4-1 and there's only 20 seconds left. You can only think it's all but impossible. Mesa again being the main man, getting that ball forward. Zacharias needs to touch it away. He does to the left-hand side. Razor is waited, but it's a dodgy touch, and that one's fallen into the middle, and it's an open net for Reckles to shoot into, and it is 5-1 with 5 seconds left.
And the hat-trick for Reckles in this game one, a great way to start off the series, and one that they'll want to keep going. 4th assist of the game for Swiftly as well, and you love to see that kind of pass and move chemistry for a team. Really bodes well for them heading into the rest of the series that they have that level of link-up. And It's a complete opposite to what the Pepegas have produced in this game. And as I mentioned at the beginning, the seeding is very close between these two teams. The league table was very close too, but this game one, there was a clear favourite, and they ended up winning the game comfortably.
You say it was comfortable, and 5-1. It doesn't get too much more comfortable than that. As we were entering the first minute of this game, I really thought we were in for an absolute goal drought. No goals scored in the opening 1 minute and 5 seconds, I believe it was. But then in that second minute, the 4th minute to the 3rd minute in the game, they scored goal after goal, and they managed to find themselves 3 goals to the good. And yes, Pepegas did get 1 goal back, but they didn't do too much with it. They didn't take that momentum. They didn't use it and abuse it. And Trinitas still got another 2 goals to seal the win. 5-1 in the first game. If it's anything like this, I think we might be seeing another sweep, but Pepegas won't be the one who's getting it.
Yes, the Pepegas have been involved in 2 sweeps already this season, and they won't want to be on the losing end of another one. Their first came at the hands of Donkey Punch, and Trinitas' lone defeat of the season was a 5-game loss to Playing Aliens, a team that has started the season 3-0 and has only dropped 1 other individual game from their other 2 matches. So this team in blue will have a lot of confidence right now that they don't belong in the area of the table that they can currently occupy and can challenge the leaders at the top of the table. And they're off to a very good start on that front, but we're here in Forbidden Temple for the 2nd game of the series, and we'll see if the Pepegas can produce a response and ensure that this series doesn't end up a 3-0 defeat.
Game 2 is the most important game, the best of 5 in my opinion, because you need to get that momentum. Whether you're playing well or playing badly in that first game, you need game 2 to show what you can really do. And Trinitas, they'll be wanting to go and do exactly what they did in the first game, and he's trying to get the double touch. Reckles so close, but he couldn't get the direction. Could be Meza this time. It's going in, but there's a big save there from Benjamin. I can't even begin to say what I was going to say. I was going to mention how game 2 is an important game, and right now these 2 teams are showing early on that they want to win this game 2, and they need to win it to show what they can do for the rest of the series. Benjamin with the shot, and another one off the post, and that one, Reckles finding the right-hand side. There were 3-4 chances where there could have been a goal, but it is on the counter-attack. Trinitas and Reckles taking the far shot, the long shot, and finding that right-hand side.
That is a lovely hammer bolt of a finish into the bottom right corner there from distance by Reckles, just after the Pepegas had hit the post at the other end. And well, one team is taking their chances and the others are not. It can lead to a pretty one-sided series, and the Pepegas will be hoping that isn't the case, but they've got to come from behind here in game 2 now. Meza clears out to the wing as the shot attempt from Razor was blocked aside. Now Benjamin puts back into the centre, and that's a good pass. Benjamin needs to do something else with it. Meza with the flip off into the corner. Razor's onto it. Here it comes off the backboard. Surely some reception in the middle, but Benjamin has it cleared out of their path. And now Reckles on the left side will get some breathing room for Trinitas. Back to halfway it goes from Zacharias, and they've got to make something happen here, but an instant turnover as Trinitas press with that high line. They had plenty of it in game 1 where they stifled the Pepegas attack. And look for these chances on the counter. It remains 1-1 at the moment, 1-0, but it could be more for Trinitas.
It could be more for Trinitas. I'm not too sure who it was on that left-hand wall for Pepegas, but they just gifted the ball to, I think it was Meza. They gifted the ball to him and he could take the shot. Thankfully, there was somebody in the goal to make the save, but it just wasn't good enough from Pepegas, but that shot nearly was good enough. Razor nearly finding the goal. Benjamin with a good 50, and Zacharias taking over, playing it into the middle. Razor too close to it to put it on target. Benjamin playing it up. Meza is there. That one, Razor playing it back down. But this time Trinitas do get away with it. But as I say that, again, counter-attack, it's end-to-end Rocket League right now. Literally any team can take it as it stands. It's another shot. This defence from both teams is absolutely magnificent to watch.
Yeah, the Pepegas out shooting Trinitas 5-4 so far in this game, but where it counts, the scoreboard reads 1-0 to the blue team. Zacharias to try and push into the centre. A spicy attempt at a pass there, but couldn't get it all the way into the mixer. Benjamin puts it back in off the backboard, and Zacharias is up for it. But Reckles clears over to the wing, and the Trinitas box remains firm. That was another big whiff there from the attackers as Pepegas still with just the 1 goal here in 8 minutes of game time. It's not enough for them. They've got to try and find something, and the sooner they can get it, the more confident they'll feel. This is a huge chance. It's Benjamin looking for Razor, and a huge save on the line by Meza to keep it out. Trinitas will clear their lines, and this may head all the way in at the other end, but Benjamin gets it away.
how do they keep doing this? How do they keep getting away with the amount of shots they are facing? The defense, it might be skill, another save there, playing it away. It's absolutely brilliant from Trinitas. They want this win and they want it desperately. Reckles trying to find another goal. They need that comfort goal. They need that breathing room. They need the second goal. There's 1 minute 30 seconds left, and that is plenty of time for a goal for Pepegas, but they don't get it because, again, this Trinitas defense is getting it away. Another save needs to be made, but this time Benjamin does find the goal, and it is 1-1. That momentum has finally been paid off, and they've finally found themselves with a goal.
Finally, the first goal that has come off a Pepegas car in the series is the Game 1 goal was an own goal. And, well, that's the high-level equivalent of a Route 1. Just smack it off the backboard and finish with aplomb close to the goal mouth where it's difficult for the defenders to make the save. And now they might play with a little more confidence. And you mentioned how important Game 2 is in the context of the series. They can steal this game. Suddenly they'll be the team with all the momentum after Trinitas have been the better side for about 8 minutes. But here come Trinitas on the counter-attack. Double demo here. Frees up possession for Mazer, and Zacharias is the only defender on hand for Pepegas, but they've done so well to get it to the halfway line, and they may actually keep going, but ran out of boost on the way.
That's a big ball up off the corner wall, but again, Mazer is there. I honestly swear down, that guy is everywhere right now. He's up top, he's at the back, he's in the middle, wherever you need him, or whenever you need him, he's there swiftly. Could try and get the shot, but he backs away from it. Reckles is given time, he tries to go up, tries to get the 50. Could he get the read? No, he can't, but swiftly again trying to play that ball into the middle. And Benjamin, who has impressed me very much in this game, he has been a very good player for Pepegas, and there could be a shot, but there is a save from Razor again. Honestly, overtime, unless they find themselves a goal here. 5 seconds left, the ball is up, but Mazer, that man again, he finds himself with a save. These two teams have been absolutely brilliant in this game compared to Game 1. It has been a much more closely contested game, and I thought that one could have found its way in, but in Game 2, we have overtime.
Well, I think Pepegas still, they're the team that need the goal in this overtime. They've had more shots, they've really put pressure on the Trinitas defence, but they've only got one goal to show for it at the moment. The team in blue has deserved to get it to the extra frame, but they've got to find a way to get out of their own half and score a goal on the counter-attack. That doesn't look too likely at the moment because this is an open net. Second goal of the game for Benjamin, and this series is tied at 1.
There is the goal that they needed. They took the game by storm. They were playing so well all over the pitch. There were two major standout players, one from either team of course, but it doesn't matter because Benjamin finds himself with the overtime goal, and that goal is very important for Pepegas. They were incredibly good. Look at the amount of shots that they had. 13 shots peppered at Trinitas, and the defense was just as good. They had 6 saves too, but Benjamin was absolutely brilliant. 4 saves and 2 goals to his name in that game. Standout performance in this series, and it could be the best performance we see in the series unless he just keeps doing it again and again.
So the series turns into a best of 3 now as it's tied up at 1, and we'll head into Game 3 with both teams having the opportunity to put the others to the sword. The question is, who's going to do it? Will Pepegas continue the momentum that they've acquired in this game, or was that simply an off game for Trinitas and we'll see some more of the same from Game 1?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm hoping that it really isn't an off game, because if we get more games like that, then we are in for a Game 5 series, surely. Because any team could have won that. Yeah, of course, we can say that Pepegas, had the better chances and more shots. But it's all about who takes them, and nobody really was taking... Well, I say they weren't taking them. The defensive performances from both teams were absolutely brilliant. And if we get more of that on both ends, both in attack and defense in this game, then we will get another overtime. I am hoping. Mazer trying to start off early, trying to play it forward, but it is Benjamin again trying to get an early attack. That ball is high into the sky. Swiftly trying to get the read. He does get the read off of the 50, off of Razor's touch, but that is a brilliant shot from Razor, and again, another save. Reckles this time. Zacharias doesn't have the boost for a follow-up. Swiftly getting it away. Mazer taking over. Trying to find the right-hand wall use to him, but he doesn't, and Reckles this time using the left-hand side, taking it over Benjamin. A very bad 50 from both players there. Nothing really that either team could have done with that one.
Well, the offensive clockwork is well oiled now for the Pepegas, and there's a big chance on the far side now. Rebound falls for Benjamin, but all three players miss their stab at the apple, and a huge opportunity goes begging there for the Pepegas. Trinitas can breathe a sigh of relief as they have the ball in the offensive third. Mesa gets an important block in to slow down the counter-attack, and Reckles pushes it into the corner. Benjamin gets it away but has no boost to work with. Mesa tries to barrel straight over the top, but nothing doing on that occasion. And it is another scoreless minute in this series, but it's certainly nothing like game one. It's being played at a breakneck pace.
Yeah, it definitely has. These two teams are really coming out now. They're really trying to show us what they can do. There's another play followed by Reckles getting the touch into the middle. Nobody is there apart from Razor, who tries to carry this one away. These two teams, they are really fighting for this one. Game 2 was an incredible game, and Game 3, as it stands, is turning out to be the exact same. Zacharias doesn't have the boost to get a read. Razor playing it up. Reckles is there again on that backboard. He's making that backboard his. He's saying nobody is going to get any double touches or anything while I am there waiting. He's trying to take it forward, but again it's Razor who gets the touch and gets a big touch away. Mesa this time has to get a save, which he does. That one would have been trickling in had he not been there.
0-0 now as we have 2 minutes gone in this game number 3 of the series, tied up at 1 after the Pepegas took an overtime win in the previous game, and the momentum is there for the taking at the moment as both teams have had their chances to score. The Pepegas have all the shots on target in this game, and it looks like they'll get another one as Swiftly deflects that one into the corner. Reckles helps it on into midfield. Nice passing play there from Trinitas to get into the offensive third. Still going here, but Razor has done well to get it cleared. This one's going to bounce awkwardly up into the centre. Mesa will have a crack at that. If anyone's there for the rebound, it will be dangerous for the Pepegas, but Zacharias has done well to clear it all the way out. And I'm wondering at the moment in this game 3, what is it going to take from either side to open the scoring up in this one? Maybe a change in tactics, perhaps?
Well, it's either a change in tactics or whoever makes the first mistake, because right now there are very few that are coming out from either team, and that one could be going in. I don't think Zacharias actually expected, I think it was Swiftly to miss that one. He's carried it all the way from his half into the other. He's trying to find the goal, but Mesa is there. Benjamin cutting this one out. It could have been a goal for Trinitas Esports, but I tell you what, the biggest improvement that you have to say has come from compared to game 1 for this Pepegas side is the defense. They've been much better organised, much better in the transition as well, and there's another chance here. Swiftly this time playing it off the backboard, a pass into the middle. Benjamin is up, needs to get a double touch. He does get the double, but Mesa was there. Razor this time playing it in, and Swiftly again off their own backboard getting clear.
Now Reckles drags through midfield looking for the flip reset. This one might carry all the way in. It's Swiftly! And the defensive mistake there from the Pepegas is they didn't pick up the loose ball in front of the net. I think they expected more from that initial shot, but all three players there ended up on top of each other, and Swiftly made sure that they'd be made to pay for that, as it's 1-0 now to Trinitas with 1 minute 19 to go. They score first again for the 3rd consecutive game.
Finally they find a goal. Finally somebody finds a goal in this game. Of course it's been end-to-end stuff, and you were only expecting them to score at some point, and it is Trinitas who take the lead. And with 1 minute left, I tell you what, if it's just as good as a defensive performance as last time, will there be a second goal in this game? Swiftly playing it up onto the backboard. Is anybody there? Swiftly was, but so too was Zacharias. Razor playing it all the way forward up to Benjamin, gets the touch. Mesa again with yet another save, and 45 seconds left. Still no goal for Pepegas, but still no comfort zone for Trinitas Esports.
Plenty of time still for an equaliser. You only need one shot to be a favourable bounce, and then it's a tie game. But here comes Trinitas on the counter-attack, and Zacharias has let Reckles skip past them, and that could well be going free in the bag with how tight it's been so far, but that is certainly a defensive miscue there from the Pepegas.
I'm not too sure what he was doing there. I'm not sure if he thought he had boost or if he thought he was going to slow it down. He tried to fake challenge, but why would you do that there? Why? You can see that he's just going to try and take the shot. You have all the boosts in the world, Zacharias. Why are you not just going to take it over the top of him or around the side of him? Try and get a goal for yourself. Instead, he finds himself conceding, and they're 2-0 down. But 10 seconds left nearly. It's not too far from hope. It's not too far away. They could find the goal now, and how about that? He's just redeemed himself with 10 seconds left now. There is definitely a chance, but it needs to be a big chance 2-1 Zacharias, a beautiful shot into the top left.
They're going to need a decent kickoff from this probably if they're going to get a good pass into the centre, otherwise they'll be having to go end to end in a limited amount of time. Pressure is on Trinitas to make something happen though, and this kickoff is a very strange one. They get possession back in the back left corner, but it's certainly possession for the Pepegas. Swiftly clears into the wing and gets the block in as well. And this one just touches the ground before the Pepegas attacker can reach it. And Trinitas hang on for a 2-1 win here in Game 3, and they lead the series by an identical margin.
Yeah, that's match point now, isn't it? If they take the next game 3-1 up, they take the series. So Pepegas, just like Game 2, Game 4 now is possibly the most important game of the series for them. They need to win the next game, otherwise it's absolutely all over for them. Zacharias, he must be thinking, yeah, he found himself with a goal, but he must be thinking, what would have happened if I didn't try to fake challenge just a few yards away from my goal? He's surely thinking he could have done so much better then. Well, into Game 4 we go, and fingers crossed, more of the same, because this end-to-end stuff, it's 50-50 all over right now. The 50s, obviously, the challenges, the transition between the two as well. The only issue Pepegas have is on the transition for them. It's not exactly like they've got that third man waiting upfield to receive the pass. Zacharias, when they did do it, he did score and find himself with a goal, but it was too little too late. And we do get underway in this game. Will Trinitas take it?
Well, Pepegas can't afford to dwell on the mistakes that they may or may not have made so far in the series. They've got to produce what they did in Game 2. They know they're capable of a strong attacking performance against this Trinitas team that does defend well but still has their weaknesses, just like any other team at this level. Razor clears into midfield, and that's going to be given away to Swiftly, but Zacharias spares their blushes on that occasion. Benjamin looks for Razor now, crossfield passing play. Benjamin gets it back again, and that shot just careens off the backboard wide of the left post. They've had a few too many of those so far in this series where the passing has been good, but they've lacked the final finish.
Yeah, I found myself saying that a lot last season for almost every team that I casted for. But this time it has been a very serious issue for Pepegas. The finishing product just really isn't there, and like you said, the passing, absolutely beautiful. They've always found the man with the pass. Well, except from them, Benjamin missing the touch. They've always found themselves playing it into the middle, playing it around this Trinitas defence, but they just haven't got the shot. Well, or even when they have, they just don't finish it.
Zacharias misses on this occasion. That'll allow Swiftly the opportunity to step into the play, but it's a lofted pass from Benjamin, and he gets it back again, loose in front, and that's definitely going to be a goal. Pepegas with their best play of the series so far, and they lead Game 4.
Well, there they are. Those are exactly what we were just talking about. The 1, 2, 3 passes between Zacharias and Benjamin. That was absolutely beautiful, playing it around the Trinitas defence. They could do nothing about that one. And I think with Zacharias, instead of taking the shot himself, he played it back into the middle. Was it Zacharias who scored? Yeah, it was Zacharias who scored, and it was Benjamin, who instead of taking the shot himself, because he knew that the Trinitas defender was there, he went for another pass again. And I'm not saying they could do it in ROCS, but Vitality often did that last season, often passing, and scoring positions. They just don't expect it from a team when they're right in front of the net and they pass it off instead, but it guarantees the goal instead of it being a chance.
And that is going to make Trinitas expect the unexpected in the remainder of this game, which could play into the hands of Pepegas as they look for the shot this time. And Benjamin, off the defender it goes, but the initial shot came in with such power, it was impossible to keep out. And it's now 2-0 to the Pepegas. They open up a multi-goal lead for the first time in this series.
That is the exact kind of comfort that they want, but 3 minutes left, it's not going to be enough, because at the flick of a switch, Trinitas could come back and turn that 2-goal differential down into 1, and game on. It would be game on straight away again. Reckles trying to take it past them. He does do it past 1, but Razor is there, and Meza beating him this time. Zacharias is going up to the backboard. Reckles was there to try and take it away, and Meza just missed out on that one. Surely Zacharias taking this one forward, does get the shot, but it's just tipped onto the left-hand side post.
And this follow-up chance is intercepted along the way by Swiftly. Razor will keep it up in the air and now leave it off for Zacharias to put the pass into the centre. Chips it over the top of two defenders, but the final pass just over the crossbar, not the angle that Benjamin was hoping for to slam it into the net. But it is all Pepegas in the last couple of minutes or so, and it is very much repeat of game two. But hang on, here is Reckles from distance, pulling one back for Trinitas, right as they were on the back foot and looking like they were going to concede a third. Suddenly, they're right back in this game.
Well, yeah, you said it yourself, it has been all Pepegas, but you also said last game, all you need is one shot and one chance to get back into the game, and well, there you go, Trinitas says your chance and you have taken it. 2-1 now, and like I said, instantly with that goal, it's game on, and there could be another one there. Reckles getting the touch, high up, Meza off the backboard, trying to make it trickle down into the middle, but they've got away with one that time for Pepegas. That could have been extremely dangerous, and it could have been turned on its head almost instantly after conceding the first.
Yes, Pepegas, I think they need another one, and they are going to get another one. That is a very timely goal for the team in orange to maintain their advantage here in this game 4, because Trinitas was smelling blood in the last 30 seconds or so, but Swefley's miss has made them pay.
I'm really not too sure what Swefley was doing there in the middle of the goal. He could have just waited on the floor, and a touch could have taken it away without... what a kick-off that was, both players following the ball, stuck to it practically. Zacharias playing it into the middle again, Razor, and here it is, 4-1. Could we see a repeat of game 1, but instead going the opposite way? Zacharias played it up, Razor with the goal, 4-1 now, but there is still time for Trinitas. I don't want to be a party pooper for all you Pepegas fans, but Trinitas could still come back and get 3 more goals to equalise.
But I think in this series overall, Game 5 would be a deserved finish for both of these teams, as after the way that Trinitas dominated in Game 1, the Pepegas have fought back and they are producing their best performance of the series right now. They're looking to just pile on the advantage, get as many goals as they can, and you really swing the momentum potentially heading into the final game of the series. Benjamin now blocked in midfield, but that one will pop out to the left wing where Zacharias will gratefully take it on, and already thinking pass, looking for Benjamin on the far side. Reckles turns it aside, looking to push it into the centre, and that is an awkward clear from Razor, but Swefley can't capitalise on that, and with 1 minute to go, it is still the 3-goal lead for the Pepegas.
And it's just trickling further and further away from Trinitas. They could get a chance off the post and the bar, but Swefley is there for the follow-up. 48 seconds left. Come on, Herbie, it's possible. Come on.
Well, it's never too late to make a comeback, and now they have 48 seconds to score another pair. Pepegas are going to be just sweating a little bit now. They've got to win this game. They cannot afford to let this lead slip away. Certainly, if Trinitas take this game to overtime, they are going to be the favourites to take the series outright before we can head to a 5th game. And they are putting all the pressure on at the moment. Here comes Reckles, trying to push it into the centre. Swefley went up for it. Meza with the shot. That one's blocked aside by Razor. And this is a timely counter-attacking opportunity for Pepegas. But with 30 seconds to go, it's still a 2-goal deficit for Trinitas.
Yeah, it is. It could have been 1 goal in it there. Trinitas need to find a goal, and they need to find it now before it is too late. Benjamin trying to get it away. Meza with a touch into the middle, nearly getting that one over Razor. Swefley this time playing it in. 10 seconds left. It may just be a tiny bit too late. 5 seconds on the clock. Trying to play it away. It's all over now, and into game 5 we go. No overtime needed this time. Pepegas, what a performance you guys have just put on.
But there is still one more game, and in the ECC it doesn't matter how many games you get out of a series, only the final result is what counts. And this is such a huge game coming up, not just in the instance, but these teams' seasons respectively. This could be a real turning point for either side as to whether they make a playoff push or they're consigned to the bottom half of the table. Trinitas have already been involved in 2 Game 5s so far this season. 1 win, 1 loss. Which direction are they going to trend in? Are they going to be a clutch team, or are they going to be made to rue their missed opportunity to win the series in this Game 4?
Well, going into game 5 now, isn't it? And we've finally got the game 5. You did say there could be a streak broken for either one of these teams. It isn't the sweep. It is the sweep that has been broken. Sorry, it is not the game 5 record that has been broken. Trinitas again in another game 5. Will they come out on top this one, or will they win it? They are 1-1 right now. Obviously, both of those games will be in a game 5. Will they be game 5 specialists? in this one though, trying to get an early goal. Meza with the shot. Reckles playing it forward. Meza did get a bump on Benjamin there. He is out of the game now. Big bump from Swiftly and a big bump again from Reckles. They are trying to play it extremely aggressive right now. Meza playing it down into the middle. Reckles with the save. Meza trying to turn onto this one. Needs to play the ball back in. He still has his flick. Can he score this? Oh my God, Meza, what have you just done? That is an absolutely beautiful solo goal.
And it's a dominant 25 seconds for Trinitas, who recognised the importance of scoring the first goal in this Game 5. Both teams will have come into it with some confidence. Game 4 ended in a fashion when neither side was particularly on top, but Trinitas have wrestled the momentum firmly away from the Pepegas and will look to build upon their lead further, because here's a ball loose off the backboard, but Reckles has missed for what feels like the first time in this series. Could have been 2-0 there to Trinitas easily, but instead it's Pepegas. Benjamin looking for Razor and deflects it off into the corner, chips it back into the centre. Zacharias is up for it. Swiftly is the last defender back for Trinitas and may have given the ball away here. Benjamin gets it off the backboard and this is going to drop down in front of the net. Cleared out to the wing though by Reckles, and Trinitas hold Pepegas at arm's length.
Tell you what, as soon as Pepegas mess up, if they do mess up that is, then it's an instant counter-attack here for Trinitas, and here it is. All three of the Pepegas players were up, but to be fair, they've just proved me wrong big time. They all got back extremely quickly and they're trying to score again themselves here. A big ball up into the middle, but it's just off the post again, and Swiftly did make the save, but Razor said, nah, this ball is going into the back of the net whether you like it or not. He just forced that one in, and it is now 1-1.
Tie game. I wonder if it's too early to think about an overtime here in this Game 5, but it just feels like we're trending in that direction in this series, as neither team is willing to give an inch, and the multi-goal leads are becoming increasingly less common in the series. Meza is up for it though, trying to restore the lead for Trinitas as quickly as they lost it. Reckles off the ceiling. It's a good pass for Swiftly, but Razor makes the stop for Pepegas and may have an opportunity to flick it towards the other end. Now a pass into the centre. It's on the money for Zacharias. Benjamin is there for the follow-up, but scuffs their shot. That was a huge chance for Pepegas and the net was pretty open.
I can't believe Benjamin has just missed that. That is absolutely unbelievable. Could potentially be the biggest chance of the game for them. If they go on and lose this, then they'll be looking back on that chance thinking, how have I messed that one up? But it is still 1-1, and the scoreline is all that matters, and Benjamin is sending that one into the middle, still trying to get forward. He won't be thinking about the chance that has just come across and come and gone. Razor played it in. Zacharias taking up the wall. It's a good first touch, needs to be a good third touch into the middle, and Benjamin, just miscalculating his flip there. Razor still on top, still getting this ball forward, still looking for all the passes, ceiling shot trying to come in from Zacharias. Benjamin playing it into the middle again. They're using the side and the corners extremely well right now. Zacharias up high to Razor, swiftly dealing with that one. Another boost still from Benjamin. And right now, their game is based fully around taking the boost, making sure that Trinitas have absolutely nothing to work with. And eventually, it will come along and work, hopefully for them. But right now, they're still 1-1 with 2 minutes left.
This middle section of the game is being dominated by the Pepegas, but as long as they don't have a goal, Trinitas are the team that are on top in this Game 5. Zacharias though, and that is going to be 2-1 to the Pepegas. Finally, their pressure pays off. And with exactly 2 minutes to go in this game, the Pepegas have come from behind to lead in Game 5.
That's a very good shot there from Zacharias, getting it over Swiftly, who was the last man in defence, and 2-1 up with 1 minute and 59 seconds left. A very important goal. And right now they won't be ruining their missed chances. They will be thankful that they have got away with the high pressure and they have managed to not concede and eventually score themselves. It's been very good from either team, and there could be a third. And there is that man who missed earlier, Benjamin. A beautiful shot straight down the throat of the defenders. 3-1, that goal is very important. Straight down the middle. What more can you ask for?
Well, since they went 2-1 down in the series, the Pepegas have now outscored Trinitas 7-3. They've found their offensive magic at a pivotal moment, and they're looking for more here as the flip reset attempt from Zacharias is offline, but Benjamin keeps possession. Tried to flick the ball over to Razor, and they do need to be careful here. They've got 2 players up, and Swiftly was primed to counter-attack for Trinitas. Now the team in blue breaks down the right wing. Mazer will look for a pass into the centre but doesn't have any boost. They drop it down. Benjamin makes the interception. Zacarias is going to chase it down. Sweftley's the only defender back and can pop it up to the halfway line, where Reckles will follow it up. Trinitas are going to need a goal fairly soonish, down by 2 at this moment. And here is Sweftley, but it's not got enough on it, and Benjamin makes the save.
There was a very dangerous bump between Benjamin and Zacharias there that could have ended in another chance for Trinitas, but Benjamin is taking this one forward. He is just being a thorn in the side of the opposition right now, not letting them have any chance of counter-attacking. They're keeping that ball in the half as long as they can, but right now it is in their own half. There is a big chance for Trinitas. Zacharias gets bumped, but Razor sending it downfield onto the right-hand side. Sweftley attempting the back pass. It does come off. Reckles straight down into the middle, but the only man there is Benjamin again. Definitely improved in recent times. Zacharias again faking them out, trying to go for the shot. It is a shot this time from Sweftley. Benjamin makes a save, a slightly easier one for him that time. Trinitas are trying, they're trying all they can, but there's only 20 seconds left and they need a goal desperately. A goal now more than ever. Mazer sending it back into the middle. Zacharias is the only one there again. Benjamin up off the corner, could be into the goal, but it's a big goal line save from Sweftley. Reckles, all they can do is counter. It's game over at this point, and it will be Pepegas who make an impressive comeback and just to rub it into the opposition. 4-1 now. Razor with another goal.
And the Trinitas players exit the lobby because their race is run. From 2-1 down. The Pepegas have rallied to win this series in 5 games. They will extend their record to 2-1. Trinitas will drop to 1-2, losing their second game 5 of the season, and questions will have to be asked about their clutch factor, that they'll try and rally back in their next series of the season. 2-2 in their first 4 wouldn't be the worst start, but now they are under pressure to get that victory, whereas the Pepegas are pressuring those top 4 teams in the standings. Good series victory for them, and their offense turned up when they needed it to.
Yeah, it definitely did. It did look a bit worrying for them after the first couple games, after game 1 and game 3, sorry, because in game 2 they obviously did come out as the better side, but Pepegas, they've taken the series in the last 2 games. They were just so impressive. But Trinitas, if they were to play like they did in game 1, then I can't really see too many teams having too much to say against them, but Pepegas, they just absolutely got into Trinitas's heads. They ended up outplaying them, being the team on top. And game 5 was just pure destruction. After the 3rd minute, I'd say the final 3 minutes, they were absolutely on top, not letting the ball go out of the Trinitas half, and it was just brilliant Rocket League to watch.
Yes, absolutely. Both teams were on form from, I'd say, the second game of the series onwards. It was all Trinitas in the first game, but ultimately their offensive consistency was few and far between in the series, and those 5 goals, they could have really done with saving some of them for later on when they particularly needed them, because the Pepegas found the right moments to score. And even though I think their defense was a little bit weak over this series in its entirety, I think they made a few uncharacteristic errors. Luckily for them, their offensive pressure was enough to get them through. But I think if they watch this series back, they'll have a few things to learn from it.
Yeah, they definitely will have a few things to learn, but as for you guys, the audience, you have a few things to wait for, because we'll be taking a tiny short break right now, but we will be going up a conference and we will be going into the Champions Conference 1 after this break. You will still be joined by Herbie. Who else is better to join him than Dennis? I'll see you in a bit.